Supergirl Season 3, Episode 5, titled Damage, and this one, personally for me, felt a very slow-paced episode. This felt slow. I mean, it wasn't boring, but it just felt very slow while you're so used to, from the previous episodes, even episodes I don't like, like Episode 2, you get that boom, 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 boom pace, hearing the action beats type of episode that felt very quick pace. This one felt very slow, and maybe because it's not really Supergirl centric. This episode is all about Lionel Luthor, because you got the bad guy from the first episode of the season, which I wasn't a big fan of. He was just the stereotypical evil, sexist, racist businessman, and it's like, I'm going to take down the competition. And also it felt like, the showrunners have stated that there are two villains that we are never going to see, and that which are Lex Luthor and Zod. And clearly it felt like they, knowing that Lex Luthor is going to be on the show, so they're going to have a Lex Luthor type character that I'm just not a big fan of. Just felt like out of all the evil businessmen in the world, he felt the most stereotypical out of the bunch. But, he has a revenge motive. He is faking about, he's saying that, the advice that killed all the Dashamites from the last season had lead in them. That equals lead poisoning, and it's killing all these children. And you're like, okay, this is an interesting plot. Like, maybe it is true. Maybe, Lionel does not... Sorry, Lena Luthor. Lena maybe didn't know that, it would, of course, humans as well. And, just, enter war and not thinking what will happen months ahead. And then, but you realize, at the end of the episode, everything's going to be hunky-dory, and everything's going to be fine. And, I mean, this is, you don't see Supergirl often. You see Supergirl at the beginning and at the end. There's a cool action scene on a plane with Supergirl have to hold one and the other. I thought there was an Easter egg with Ace Cannibals, which is a kind of like the cannibal factory. It's from the Batman side of things. Ace Cannibals is kind of known because it's the place that the Red Hood dumped into and turned into the Joker and that kind of stuff. But I thought that was like, okay, it's Ace. No, it isn't Ace. It ain't like Ace and Ace. It's like, dude, Ace is ACE, not ALC. It's like, dude, learn how to spell. But the thing that really hit the emotional core for me, and if you have seen my opinions on the last few episodes, is this. I'm not really a shipper. I'm not a person who, these two should be together, right? But I have, day one, since they introduced Maggie, I knew these two were going to hook up. I knew Alex and Maggie would hook up. And they were hinting for a wedding. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. And now we're hearing the breakup, and you're like, damn it. Because here's the thing, there was rumors about, with the crossover, I think on the Flash side, I think it must be part 2. On the Flash, there's going to be a wedding between Barry and Iris, but there was rumors about it being a double wedding, and everybody thought it might be Alex and Maggie, and I felt like, oh, that could be awesome. It can't now, because the ending and the whole time and the opening scene when they're basically just crying out and wanting not it to happen, it did personally feel like, I basically was swinging at the TV and saying no, showrunners or Supergirl, no, Blandy, no, you bad showrunners. You created the most mature couple I have ever seen on TV, and you end it. Why? Because you're on the flippin' CW, and that's what you do, and you mix people's emotions. And I'm like, wow, this is like the first relationship any of these CG shows I really care about, and it is kind of, you just feel for the characters, and it's kind of nice that it ends on a bittersweet ending. Like it's just like, hey, we both love each other, and let's just have one night for ourselves. Let's pretend like we're not ending and one not packing away. Let's just do that. And for me, it was a better way. It didn't end sadly. It wasn't like they're telling them to go fuck each other. You fuck you, yelling at each other. It was just them saying, hey, Alex wants kids, Maggie doesn't. It's going to hit their relationship, and they just move on separate paths. They both like each other, and that's great. I just love it. It was a bittersweet. I'm probably just repeating it, but yeah, it's a very slow episode, and it felt like it wasn't dragging anything. Just different pace, and this one and last week's episode with the religion code, you can really feel they wanted to play it a little bit more differently than previous seasons, and I think it'll take a while to get used to it, but I think it's going to be something very interesting.